1 in 6 couples have trouble conceiving and or carrying a child. 1 in 4 women have experienced a miscarriage. That's approximately 250,000 every year. Ectopic pregnancy affects 1 in 80 pregnancies.
My issue with infertility started when I was just 13 years old. I had very heavy, very painful periods. I'd bleed for months at a time, and I used to get ovarian cysts that would grow to about the size of a tennis ball and then rupture. In my early 20s, I had cervical cancer. I now know that my gynecological problems were due to a genetic condition called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. My infertility journey started and ended at 28 years old, when I had a total abdominal hysterectomy and a salpingo oophorectomy. This meant the total removal of my cervix, my womb, my ovaries and my fallopian tubes. I went straight into a surgical menopause, and at 28 I had no hope of conceiving my own child.
We've tried Clomid. I got a private prescription for Clomid to help me ovulate, which didn't help me ovulate. So we paid for private scans. I have been to Harley Street. I have had hysteroscopies, I've had polyoscopies, I've had every oscopy possible to check what's going on. And they've put it down to hormonal imbalance due to PCOS. So we've been trying for maybe 6 years now, and it's not happened. And I'm 30 next year, and my limit was 30. If I wasn't pregnant by 30, then I would stop trying.
From personal experience, it upsets me when people ask me when I'm going to have more kids, or if my son's going to have a brother or sister in the future, because I have PCOS, so I actually have trouble conceiving and I don't know what could happen in the future. So when I get asked if it'll happen immediately or soon or within a year, it upsets me.
My fertility is questionable based on my gynecological issues and also past surgeries I've had on my bowels. Despite that, unfortunately, me and my husband cannot start a family due to my health issues, which prevent me from being able to look after myself on a day-to-day basis.
IVF is not always available on the NHS. You can be refused for a number of reasons, including your postcode or being a same-sex couple. It can cost around £3,000 to £5,000 privately for an IVF cycle.
Using a sperm donor costs money and doesn't always guarantee pregnancy. This process can be very emotional for both parties, and the right sperm donor cannot always be found. A sperm donor can make up to 10 families, not including their own.
Surrogacy can cost between 12 and 18,000. Even at birth, the surrogate is still the child's legal guardian or parent, despite any written agreement. Adopting and fostering is a very emotional process to go through, and a very tough process to go through, as they are so thorough.
The average age of women to become first-time mums was 28.9. The average age of all fathers was 33.6. 48% of women who were born in 1988 remain childless as they turn 30.
The average cost of raising a child from birth to 18, excluding housing and childcare, is £75,436 for a couple and £102,627 for a single parent.
%19 of women who turned 45 in 2018 hadn't become mothers. The most recent ONS report states that half of all couple families do not have any children living with them.
In 2005, I met my now husband. Without fail, on a weekly basis, I would be asked, "So Stace, when are you going to have kids? When are you going to have a family? Surely you're next. But Stace, you two would make really good parents. Stace, you'd make a wonderful mum." This happened for years, and me and my partner decided quite early on that we weren't going to have any children. With that pressure, you start to question yourself. Well, maybe I should have children. That's what happens, right? You fall in love, you get married, you have a family. There's so many pressures on women to have children. It's so unfair of you to keep asking.
It's okay to have only one child. You're not cruel by only having one child. People that say that you are cruel don't know the damage that they can cause.
18% of women who turned 45 in 2018 only had one child. In 2019, around 40% of married couples only had one child, and that figure increases for those that are unmarried.
There were 2,958 stillbirths in the UK in 2018. Around 1 in every 250 pregnancies ended in stillbirth.
One in 3 women have experienced some form of physical violence from a partner. In 2017, it was confirmed that 20% of women have experienced some form of sexual assault from the age of 16.